Welcome back. So, our regular firearm deer season has ended here, and I wanted to share some of the clips of the hunt. I made these. I loaded up these 7.62 by 39 rounds with the 130 grain Barnes ttsx for the 308 calibers. It's it's slightly undersized for the AR-47, but it shoots 3 rounds into a minute of angle, from what I can tell. And then the velocity does not seem to suffer based on, I don't have a chronograph, but based on the mushroom that I got from these in water, they correspond to about 2450 at impact, based on the Barnes photographs of their testing. So between my son and I, we took 5 deer with these this season, and I'm going to go through these clips now. The first one was a larger doe, and I had a little problem with the lens at the shot, but the deer was top of the heart, both lungs, and the deer ran about I don't know, maybe 70, 80 yards, fell within sight, crashed. So I'm going to roll that now. I want to say that the damage on all these deer was not excessive, which I've had in the past with with 30-06 at the typical ranges that we shoot. So the first week was pretty warm, unseasonably warm. We had to cut that deer up right away and get him in the fridge. But this next clip, we started to have some cooler, wet weather, and I had these deer running around. I don't know if they were being chased by coyotes or a buck, but which I never did see the cause. But this one here gets hit a little bit back. It's a double lung, but it opened up the stomach too. And with the rain coming at just before dusk, we had to back out and go back in the morning and find this doe. But she ran about I don't know, maybe 150 yards, and we were within, say, 20 yards of her the night before. But in the morning, went out and found her, and again, it's pretty reliable performance. I should also say that every hit was a pass-through, no matter what we hit in the animal. So let's take a look at that. So all's well that ends well, and the only thing that seemed to maybe chew at her a little bit was probably a possum got her nose, but that was it. This next year, the temperature had dropped, and in the night the rain had turned to snow, but these deer had been sheltering under these hemlocks that I know there's some stands of. And when the weather gets bad, I did another little clip of that. But when the weather gets bad, you'll find that in some of these areas when it's raining, it's cold, it starts to snow, they'll seek shelter under those trees and stay a little drier. But I had climbed a tree in the morning in the dark and with my two tether, and they were bedded under hemlock within I'd say 80 yards of my location. And I usually don't use a headlamp, but I did use one this time to climb, well, during the climb, and I don't think they ever saw it. They never heard me, but so I'm gonna run that whole clip now, and then I'll look at. I'm gonna add the whole scene to this one here. This deer was hit through both shoulders, so she plowed, and she didn't go far. She stayed right there and expired fairly quickly. But again, top of the heart, maybe just above the heart. Take a look. Snowed last night. These two deer just popped up, going the opposite direction they normally do. Well, let's get down and see what we got. Must have been about here. Kind of plowed. Jumped over there. And fell over. She had another one with her. It went under that hemlock. If you can make it out. There's a hemlock right through there. I called to it a couple times. Wouldn't come back out. But I'm gonna tag her and go get the truck. This next deer was the only one that dropped in its tracks. It's a smaller doe. Was hunting on the close to bedding, between feeding and bedding in the morning, and I'd seen some deer in the distance, and then looked up and I had a clear shot on the waited for this doe to turn broadside, and I hit one shoulder on this one on the exit side. It was a little bit higher shot, so I think I got that brachial plexus on that one, and this one went straight down. Again, through and through. Not excessively bloodshot like I would get with a higher velocity round. So we're cutting all the deer up today, or the remains of them. I don't, where the bones are hit, they're shattered, of course, but not that just devastating bone fragments spread out through the meat. It's kind of contained in about maybe a 2-inch diameter, maybe 3-inch diameter circle. So here's that clip. And then the fifth and final deer, this was a Thanksgiving evening deer. Weather's still cold. The ground was still warm, so the snow keeps melting into the ground. But these younger deer come prancing out, and I was watching them, and then I happened to look over, and here's this really big doe standing just off of this old skid trail, and I was up in the saddle again, and this one was shot pretty much the same as the rest, except maybe a little more broadside. No shoulders were hit on this deer. She ran about 70 yards, and I'm guessing it got dark, and it seemed like it was further than it was until I went and tracked her down. And in the clip, she just about where she goes out of sight. I think is pretty much where she fell. And all in all, I'm really happy with the load. I've used this 7.6 2x39. We don't typically shoot too far. Maybe we get 80 yards. Sometimes we get a little bit further, but it's really hard. You see a lot of these shots, I have to pick a hole through the buggy whips, and so that's a limiting factor where we hunt. If we sit in anything more open, we simply don't see deer. They're kind of highly pressured in this state, so they know the game. They stay out of harm's way. But I'm gonna show you that clip now, and thank you for watching. If you stayed this long, hope you have a good holiday season, and hope you had a good Thanksgiving. And thanks for stopping by. This is number 5. It's Tommy's deer, and he'll be set for the winter. I want to thank the Creator for a blessed season, and this deer for her sacrifice here, along with the others.